First, we spoke about this earlier on. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa is consulting with various stakeholders and the powers that be on the damning Phala Phala report, and that's the word coming from his spokesperson, Vincent Magwenya.
It says a lot more pressure is mounting for the president to step down. The independent panel report into the theft on his farm has sparked public scrutiny.
Well, the report found the president may have committed serious misconduct, and analysts believe Ramaphosa should do the honourable thing and resign ahead of the national elective conference.
Now, at the same time, the ANC NEC is set to meet today to discuss the issue.
The president appreciates the enormity of this issue, what it means for the country, the stability of government, and as a result of that, he is still processing the report, but in that exercise he's also engaging a number of role players and stakeholders across the governing party, different levels of the governing party, at different levels of the alliance, and he's engaging a broad range of stakeholders. And this is in appreciation of, as I said, the enormity of the matter. We are in an unprecedented and extraordinary moment as a constitutional democracy as a result of the report, and therefore whatever decision the president makes, that decision has to be informed by the best interest of the country, and that decision cannot be rushed and cannot be taken in haste. So we apologize for the impression that he was going to address the nation tonight. As I said, I had not provided timelines. I only indicated that the announcement is imminent, and that still is the position. An announcement is imminent.
Well, asked if President Cyril Ramaphosa will resign, his spokesperson Vincent Magwenya says it's not about what option best suits the president, but rather a course of action that is in the best interests of the country.
That's not a decision that he can make based on emotions. It's a decision that he needs to carefully consider in the interest of the country. And if he has the option and the latitude to consult and get the benefit of counsel and advice from his colleagues in the ANC as well as in the alliance and other interested parties that have reached out to him with their own views, then he must get the benefit of that counsel.
Well, if the president does decide to face an impeachment inquiry, he may have more on his side than is being suggested by his opponents. According to political analyst Lesiba Tefo, historically, impeachment attempts do have a record of failure, and if it came to a parliamentary vote, opposition participation is not guaranteed.
Supposing it comes to a vote, let's forget about other things that needs to be followed and just go straight. You are sitting in parliament and people are voting on impeachment. I doubt if it would succeed. It failed with Trump. It failed with Clinton. People follow power wherever it goes. And given where we are, I have no doubt the DA would go with him. If not, they would abstain, but they wouldn't vote against him. And in the ANC, he's not that tainted to the extent that they can ditch him. The detractors are there, but I think he still has the numbers. I just want to push anybody who wants to argue this point. Let's follow due process. It will take not less than 12 months before we arrive there. And he might be persuaded.
Now, unknowingly, the Phala Phala scandal has highlighted one of the ruling party's biggest problems, and that of succession. Much of the concern around the president right now centres on who would then replace him should he resign. Political analyst Susan Boyson says that the party put all its eggs in Ramaphosa's basket.
It is a sign of the times of the state of ANC government that the eggs have so much been in the Ramaphosa basket, and others have deferred to him so much that there has not been. We hear a lot about the new generation, younger generation coming up, alternative leaders in Ramaphosa's own generation, in his kind of age group. They have not really shone their political light and made progress in establishing themselves as alternatives. And that is a big gap in the ANC's transition strategies, that there is not an obvious clear-cut person to take over. There's a deputy president who will probably end up being acting president, and other people would have to step in that line. And so this is going to make the ANC's elective conference and whoever is elected there so much more important. And there isn't, in the Ramaphosa kind of caucus, if I can call it that, there isn't the obvious successor to step into that space. So it is going to be the Zweli Mkhize's and Paul Mashatile's who are probably going to pick up the slack in that space.